Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Crabtree, are you aware of any of our allies who have publicly supported what is described as the pause?
Both prior to and following our decision to pause consideration of pending applications, I met with a number of my counterparts in importing countries. And there are different views about the pause, but what has been mischaracterized.
No, I'm just asking you which ones. I think publicly supported.
I'm not going to in a congressional hearing. I'm not going to draw out our individual allies.
I'm not asking you to draw them
well,
out.
You asked, I said which ones.
I said publicly supported. So you're not drawing someone out if you're just echoing their public. I'm just asking you which ones publicly supported the so-called pause. Any?
They also didn't publicly oppose it either. You've had individual policymakers from Europe and East Asia countries on both sides of the debate make public statements. But as far as national governments,
okay, so which ones opposed it?
In my experience, none opposed it. We explained our rationale. We explained how our decision does not affect natural gas exports to these countries until 2030,
right.
And that will, under current authorizations, under construction, will be doubling our exports.
But
so it was in that context
what you're implying is that no one opposed it, and everyone.
I am not aware of public opposition. There is a range of views that there is in this country among individual policymakers in those countries, clearly, yes.
But are you aware that anybody publicly supported it? Any?
No, but I'm saying that
But it's important because what you're implying is that they didn't publicly support it, but behind closed doors, just to me, they were all for it. They just didn't want to say so publicly.
I'm not suggesting that.
Okay, well, as long as you're not suggesting that, let me just move on. There are 97 documents, approximately 97 documents responsive to a FOIA request submitted by the public interest group Government Accountability and Oversight regarding the department's study of LNG exports. Why is the department refusing to release those documents?
Sir, I've already addressed all of this.
I'm sorry if I wasn't here.
No apologies, but I'll try to reiterate briefly.
Okay.
So my understanding, again, is that I'm not part of the documents production team. In the FOIA team at DOE, I'm not part of that process. What I understand from that team is that they have engaged constructively with the committee. They have produced documents on 4 different occasions and will be doing so again on Friday. That a large
does that include
and
these
as far
97
as
documents?
I can't speak to the 97 documents. I do know that the FOIA request is under litigation, and so I'm not going to speak to something that's under litigation. But in any case, I'm not involved in that process. What I offered to your colleague earlier is that if there are specific concerns about responsiveness or how this is being approached, I'm happy to take that back to the team and have
let me ask you this, Mr. Crabtree. 16 states sued the administration, and in response, a federal district court issued a stay against the pause going into effect. But the administration appears in violation of that. Why would that be?
The Department of Energy complies with court orders. We in August we authorized a non.
So are you saying you're in compliance right now with this federal district court, which issued a stay against the pause?
I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment on pending litigation. But what I'm saying,
no, I'm just. There's not. The judge issued a stay. It's not pending. He issued a stay against the pause. So is the pause in effect, or is it not in effect?
In following the judge's order, the judge's order was in July, and at the end of August, we issued a non-FDA authorization to New Fortress Energy Altamira. And I'm not going to speak to what other activities are underway. Across administrations, this program has not talked about the timing or which specific decisions are forthcoming. I'm not going to change that now.
Let me ask you this. Did the White House meet with TikTok influencers leading up to the pause in LNG exports?
I can't speak to.
Were you involved in any of those meetings?
No, I have
you
no
were
involvement
not, you
whatsoever. I don't even have a TikTok account. I've never
I'm
been
not
on
asking if you
I
do.
know
You don't
aren't,
have
but
to
I
have
mean,
an account.
I've had zero
Zero
engagement.
meetings with a TikTok influencer on
Zero,
the issue,
sir.
right? Okay, and what about with Mr. Bill McKibben? Did you have any meetings with him?
I have never met with Bill McKibben. I know who he is, obviously. I have actually personally never met him, let alone in my time at DOE, ever.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield.
Yep.